And back to Nigeria, Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has sworn in a new caretaker chairman for the 23 local government areas of the state. The swearing-in took place at the Government House in Port Harcourt, the state capital, amid tight security. It comes barely 24 hours after Governor Fubara forwarded the list to the State House of Assembly led by factional Speaker Victor Jumbo. This followed a renewed political crisis in the state after some former council chairmen had refused to vacate their offices after the expiration of their tenure on Monday. Meanwhile, the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, has called for the audit of local government accounts in the state. Earlier, the Rivers State Police Command confirmed the death of a policeman and a member of a local security outfit in Eberi Umuma local government area of the state on Tuesday. They were reportedly killed during a crisis that broke out following the expiration of the 3-year tenure of the elected chairman of local governments and ward councillors on June 17th. Violence also broke out in the Port Harcourt local government area and Obiakpo local government area of the state.
Currently in Rivers State has been anticipated over the few weeks, where you can see where a local government chairman challenging the authority of a governor. In a democracy and in a system, in a legalized system of government, that should not happen. Currently, I'm at Faga. Of course, the right to protest is a well-known fact that we have rights in a democracy. We all have rights to protest. So the youths peacefully were protesting upon the challenge by the local government chairman that they are not going to vacate their seats. There were a few protests here and there in Falga. All of a sudden, the police came and started shooting sporadically, which is against the engagement, the rules of engagement. And so it is pitiable that the military apparatus is now instigating violence in Rivers State. It is not acceptable. We call as youth, as Ijaw youths, we cannot watch while illegality stands. However, it is my appeal to all youths in Rivers State that Rivers State is sitting in a very strategic position.
And now to discuss this further, we're now joined by legal practitioner Douglas Ogba Nkwa. Well, Douglas, many thanks for joining us. We appreciate you for doing this with us. Douglas, can you hear me? Douglas, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, fantastic. Now, what are the legal grounds for Governor Siminalayi Fubara's refusal to assent to the local government amendment bill, passed by the Rivers State Assembly? We seem to be having issues with Douglas's connection there. Douglas, if you can hear me, I was asking about the legal grounds for Governor Siminalayi Fubara's refusal to assent to the local government amendment bill passed by the Rivers State Assembly.
I think Nigerians will have to understand the legal framework, how it really works. The House of Assembly that had I think 27 of the 30 members.
We seem to be losing Douglas in and out there. Douglas, are you there?
Now? Yes, I can hear you.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so I was saying that how the
So we understand that Douglas's network is really bad. We'll try to bring that conversation another time. And this time it would be both our correspondent who is live in Rivers State, and that's Austin Azu, as well as Douglas or any other legal practitioner to help us take a deeper look at this move by the Rivers State governor. Move away from Rivers State now to Kano State, where the chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Abdullahi Abbas, has called for the arrest of a former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Kwankwaso, saying he's a threat to the security of the state. Abbas was responding to the allegations made by Kwankwaso that the previous administration bred terrorists and misled the federal government to destabilize the state. Kwankwaso made this statement during his speech at the 85-kilometer road construction flag-off in his hometown of Madubai community. Abbas called on security agencies to arrest Kwankwaso so he could list the names of those he referred to as the enemies working against the state. He also noted that no amount of threat by Kwankwaso could intimidate the federal government. And on to scenes that have been celebrated all through social media. Now, sons and daughters of Ijebu-Ode gathered to celebrate the annual Udo Oba festival. Udo Oba, also called the King's Forecourt, is an ancient festival celebrated by the Yoruba people of Ijebu-Ode, a major town in Ogun State, southwestern Nigeria. Now, this annual festival usually takes place the third day after Eid al-Kabir Ileya to pay homage and show respect to the Royal Majesty, the Iwojele of Ijebu-Ode. It is one of the most spiritual and glamorous festivals celebrated in Ijebu-land and generally in Ogun State as a whole. News Central's Bernard Akade brings us more in this report. Take a look.
While most Muslims across Nigeria are excited to celebrate the annual Eid al-Adha celebration, indigenes of Ogun State, and particularly those from Ijebu-Ode, have something extra to look forward to: the Udo Oba festival. This is an annual festival that brings together illustrious sons and daughters of Ijebu-Ode from across the globe to celebrate with one another in the presence of the governor, traditional rulers, and invited guests. Several dignitaries, some indigenes of Ijebu-Ode, were in attendance to grace the occasion, and many couldn't wait to see the various groups in elegant traditional attires as they marched around the arena, paying homage to the Awujale of Ijebu-land, the governor, and other dignitaries present. While addressing the crowd, the governor of Ogun State thanked the people for showing up in large numbers and was excited about the idea of making Udo Oba a UNESCO-recognized event in the future, as suggested by Dr. Ben Ugo, who represented the Minister of Culture and Creative Economy.
Tourism can be a powerful tool for economic development and commercialization when managed responsibly and sustainably. Unquote. This festival, I must say, is being managed responsibly and sustainably. The festival not only preserves our tradition, but also creates opportunities for economic advancement, demonstrating the power of unity in driving progress. As a state, we are proud that this festival has gained national and global recognition.
And as it always is every year, the highlight of the festival was the horse display by the royal families, which lit up the arena.
I came from the UK, you understand? So if I can come from the UK, this is my wife beside me. If we can come, next year I want to bring my children to come as well. So it's just for you to know your roots. That's just the basic.
And so ends this year's festival, Udo Oba 2024. For the illustrious sons and daughters of the land, they cannot even wait for next year to come, and they're excited that this has happened. But then for Nigeria entirely, if things go according to plan, based on what the minister has said, this festival may just be on UNESCO's list. In Ijebu-Ode for News Central, I'm Bernard Akide.
You're watching News Central, and this is News Now. We'll take a short break. When we come back, there's more outside in West Africa. Stay with us. And the news continues in West Africa. Senegalese customs have intercepted 3 shipments of cocaine with a total estimated value of more than $50 million in the past 5 days. Authorities made an increasing number of cocaine seizures in recent months from neighboring countries, notably Guinea, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, and Mali, which are reputed to be transit zones for drugs produced in Latin America on their way to Europe. In the latest seizure, the police said they had intercepted a refrigerated lorry near the border with Mali. Several seizures of cocaine have been announced by customs in recent months, including a one-ton haul in mid-April in the east of the country near the border with Mali, and several others earlier this month. And on to Burkina Faso, where it has suspended French broadcaster TV5 for 6 months for spreading disinformation and also hit the medium with a fine of 50 million CFA francs. The communications regulator accused the channel of spreading malicious insinuations and disinformation about the country's transitional government. It had earlier suspended French newspaper Le Monde, British publication The Guardian, and German broadcaster DW. The TV5 was already suspended on April 28th for 2 weeks after broadcasting a report by Human Rights Watch that accused the military of killing civilians. Multiple foreign news outlets, the majority French, have been shut temporarily or indefinitely since Captain Ibrahim Touré seized power in the West African country in the September 2022 coup. Dozens of Russian military instructors has arrived in insurgency-hit Burkina Faso following an attack in the rest of north, about which the authorities have remained silent. According to an African diplomatic source, 2 rotations of planes carrying Russian instructors arrived in Burkina due to the situation. The flights were said to have come in from neighboring Mali, another junta-led nation which has forged closer ties with Moscow. After taking power in September 2022, the West African country's coup leaders expelled troops and diplomats from former colonial ruler France and have turned to Russia for military assistance. Investors in Modular refineries have commenced discussions with the African Export-Import Bank in a bid to access part of the $18 billion fund being planned by the bank for the development of refineries in Nigeria and other African countries. It was gathered on Tuesday. Now, operators in the modular refining space confirmed that this was following the successful financial assistance rendered by the bank to the $19 billion Dangote petroleum refinery, which is now producing refined petroleum products domestically and for export. Now, 2 modular refineries, Clear Gold Refinery and Shinjin Petrochemicals, had held talks with officials of Afrexim Bank with respect to sourcing funds for the establishment of their plants in Nigeria. Now in sports, President of Nigeria Football Federation Alhaji Ibrahim Musa Gusso will on Thursday at the NFF Secretariat, Abuja, inaugurate the Federation's Futsal and Beach Soccer Subcommittee. Futsal and Beach Soccer Subcommittee is responsible for the organization of all futsal and beach soccer competitions and deals with all matters relating to futsal and beach soccer. Nigeria has been a continental and to some extent global power in beach soccer in previous years, with the Super Sand Eagles winning the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations in 2007 and 2009 and reaching the quarterfinals of the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup in Italy 13 years ago. Now, for the first time ever, the FIFA Beach Soccer World Cup will take place on African soil when Seychelles stages the tournament next year. Finally, in baseball, Willie Mays, one of baseball's greatest players, has died as announced by the San Francisco Giants. The Say Hey Kid was twice MVP and led the Giants to a 1954 World Series victory. Known for his iconic over-the-shoulder catch in the series, Mays began his career in 1948 and joined the New York Giants in 1950. Drafted for the Korean War, he missed the 1952-53 seasons but returned to win MVP in 1954. Mays played for the Giants until 1972 before being traded to the New York Mets, retiring at 43. He consistently ranked among the top MVP candidates, finishing in the top 10, a remarkable 10 times. And lastly, We move now all the way to tennis, where Britain's Ademore began his likely final appearance at Queen's Club with a determined win over Australia's Alexei Popiri. Now, the former world number one, and record 5-time Queen's champion secured a 6-3, 3-6, 6-3 victory in his first round match on Tuesday. Now, Murray, now 37, has had a challenging year with a ruptured ankle ligament in March and a recent back injury. He has fallen outside the world's top 100, with this win being only his 7th of the season. Now, Murray has indicated he may retire after the Paris 2024 Olympics. Meanwhile, Dan Evans retired due to a knee injury against Brandon Nakashima. But the British number 6, and that's Billy Harris, achieved a career-best win over world number 32, and that's Thomas Martin Echeverry. And that's all at this hour, but please remember that you can send us your eyewitness report on the WhatsApp number now showing on the screen. And while you're at it, make sure to follow us on social media. We're at News Central TV. You can also watch News Central live on DSTV channel 422, Star Times channel 274, Avo TV, and also live on YouTube. Many thanks for watching. I am Judith at TV.